Today I've got Nick. I have another horse named Scout also, and gets lots of treats. I've been driving Nick for about 8.5 years now, and my other horse is newer. I've only had him about 2.5 years now. I grew up riding horses as a kid. I've always been a horse person. I was working in an office for a long time, but I wasn't really enjoying it. I mean, for me, money's not everything. I really enjoy the bond you have with a horse and that partnership you have. So eventually I left the office world and I decided to become a horse carriage driver in the city, and I plan on sticking with it. In 2013, I heard they were thinking about banning horse carriages, and I didn't really know anything about it. So I started speaking to the carriage drivers. I did a tour of the stables. I went up to see where they vacation. I spoke to some equine vets that have examined them, and I thought the horses were very well treated. So I kind of just became an advocate of the industry for a little while, and everything I learned inspired me to just give up everything I was doing and become a driver myself. I really like this career because I'm a horse person, I'm an animal person, and not only do I get to have this connection with my horse and drive him in a park that was meant to be seen by horses, but I get to share that with everyone. Everyone in the public gets to see my horse going by, they get to take rides with us, and for me, that's just something that's really worth doing.
What's your name and what's your horse's name?
My name is Nurettin Kırbık. I'm from Turkey. In this business is 19 years.
Mm-hmm.
My horse name is Rosie. Rosie kind of new in the city last 10 years. We got from upstate New York before Christmas.
How did you find out about this career?
I came to the United States in 1999 from Turkey. With student visa. One of my friends was doing this. He recommended me, and I grew up in village. I was good with the animal. I love horses, and I decided to be a horse carriage driver.
And why do you love your career and your horse?
First of all, we work outside. Dealing with animals is so beautiful, and dealing with people who wants to enjoy the day, no stress. Because most of them tourists are doing romantic ride, which is always happy people, the positive people. That's why I love my job.
What is your first name and your horse's name?
Midet Fidan and Hamilton.
How long have you been driving?
Since 2011.
Tell us a little about your story.
Well, I born in Turkey, and after the college, so I moved to New York, and I did driving taxi and work in the restaurants, and then finally I end up in the Central Park. When I see the horses, I say, this is it, yes, because I grew up in a farm, you know, I'm a farm boy, so always with the horses.
How did you find out about this career?
Well, the friends told me that, you know, you need a license, so I applied, and the first try I get it. So then I started, you know, because I love horses, so stable, you know, farm. It just remind me back in my childhood, you know, took me back to my childhood. Yeah.
What is your name and what is your horse's name?
My name is Ayman, and my horse is named Harry.
How long have you been driving, Ayman?
About 11 years ago, I started this job.
Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
My name is Ayman, I'm Egyptian, and I came here as a tourist, and I find this job and I stay here, and actually loved it. So I was passing by, I wondered when I find this horse and carriage in Central Park and New York City. So I was so excited with that, so I started asking about it, and I got the license and I started working here.
Why do you love this job?
Actually, because everybody coming here to enjoy, and everybody wanna be happy, and you deal also with the people who wanna enjoy life, and in open air, in the best place in the world, Central Park, and beautiful horse, beautiful carriages, and I met a lot of people actually all around the world, and all was happy with this horse and carriage, and everybody excited about it.
Thank you very much. Hi, what's your name and your horse's name?
My name's Christina Hansen, and this is Oreo. He's named after the cookie.
How long have you been driving?
I've been a carriage driver here in New York now for 13 years. I used to drive a carriage in Philadelphia, so altogether now I've been driving carriages for 19 years. Oreo's 19, and he's been doing this now for 14 years, 13 with me.
Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your background?
Well, I'm originally from Lexington, Kentucky, horse capital of the world. I grew up loving horses, knowing about horses. I went to grad school in history at Chapel Hill University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. Decided I didn't want to be a history professor, so I dropped out of grad school and moved to Philadelphia, where my husband was starting grad school at Penn. I was like, well, I'll be a tour guide. And the big tour company in Philly was owned by the Carriage company. And they had an ad that said, do you love horses? Do you love history? We got the job for you. And it turns out they did. I figured out what I wanted to be when I grew up, and I've been driving horse carriages ever since. I consider myself to be a working horse advocate. I moved to New York 13 years ago because this is where the fight is. You know, this is where the politicians and the mayors or whatever, you know, keep trying to get rid of horses simply because they pull carriages. In our case, we're in the way of some very expensive real estate developments.
Good day. What is your name and what is your horse's name?
My name is Alessandra, but everybody calls me Alexis, and this is Starlight.
How long have you been driving?
I've been driving for 7 years now. I've been in Central Park for 4 of those years.
Can you tell us a little bit about your story?
Absolutely. So I've been riding horses for 21 years this year. You know, I've been driving horses for 7. They've always been a big part of my life. Starlight is the 3rd horse that I bought for myself personally, and I've been navigating the city with her for a year now.
How did you find out about this career?
I was teaching horseback riding, and I met carriage drivers because it's all a pretty small world, and they were like, hey, we need more horse people in the community, we need more ladies that drive, and they were the ones that really pushed me over like the course of a year or so to become a carriage driver, and I fell so in love with it that I chose to drive full-time and leave my office career in 2022.
Why do you love this job and why do you love your horse so much?
Why do I love this job? Look at that. I love my horses. They're my therapy. I'm at home when I hear hooves. I love my job because I get to spend time with my horse. I get to be with my horses. I get to meet some amazing people. But it all comes back to working with her, being with her, and seeing the city with her.
For the better.